Hello, welcome back to this update for the Atlantic. So, we still don't have anything on the board on the next 7 days, but we are watching some signs, maybe for some development down the road. But on the Eastern Pacific, we still have Hurricane Christy. It reached Category 5 strength. It was very impressive on satellite like 2 days ago, and very crazy system. And there's this other area. They might develop 20% chance in the East Central Pacific there, and yeah, but the Atlantic is still kind of quiet. There's Christie here. It's category 4 still, and likely just heading to the Pacific there. The track just has to going north and weakening the ocean there. So let's see here for the Atlantic maybe. So first, instead of showing that, let's show some ensembles first of some of the European model. So in the next 240 hours, the European model does have some signs there of a tropical storm or depression near the central Caribbean there. You have some other stuff in the Atlantic, might be subtropical, and it has some signs there, but not much support, just some, but there is some more considerable, there is some considerable amount there of support. There's the GFS to 240 hours too. The GFS is still crazy. It has like some very big amounts of support still for like tropical storm. Maybe one or two shows hurricane strength, and mainly like tropical storm. So yeah, the GFS is a lot of support there still for something forming up. So we better watch those areas of the Caribbean, but still nothing crazy. There's like uh, the European model probabilities, so tropical storm probabilities, still nothing until the 3rd of October. November 1st, some extra tropical and subtropical systems there. Might need to watch near the Azores for some extra tropical storms, but they'll show some 5% tropical storm probabilities on November 3rd, Central Caribbean, and around the Turks and Caicos in some areas. November 4th, between Cuba and Haiti, goes to 20%, 10 to 20%. So yeah, we better watch, but there's still very few support from the euro. There are the tropical depression probabilities, and ignore this just north of South America, because it always shows that and nothing happens. But it does show those probabilities from South America. Might lift north a little bit, so something to watch, but still I don't trust that area too much. So November 1st, actually October 31st, still shows some 60% tropical depression probabilities there, and it goes to 20% just north of Puerto Rico. Might be a disturbance passing there, and then it stays like 10 to 20% for the rest of Central Caribbean there, and gradually pulls north. So those are some probabilities to keep watching, but nothing concerning. There's the Canadian model too, the ensembles. So the show there like uh, a member two near Central America by October 31st. He also shows those stuff like north of the Greater Antilles. Might try to do something between Cuba and Haiti, and shows some more in the Central Western Caribbean there near Jamaica. One even passes near the Gulf and goes away. So that's the general area to watch there, but still nothing crazy to worry about. But like this area here is like the area to watch, but especially in concrete this area here. So like the Central Caribbean and the Greater Antilles, the smaller circle. So that's an area to watch, but nothing on the board yet. So let's see. There's the European model. Like, where is it? Here. So the 0Z does show like some uh, the rain there, and but doesn't have anything forming up. It has some more rain around there October 31st, some general more precipitation there, but around November 1st it does try to get a low pressure near Jamaica, but it doesn't really form into a storm or anything. There's the GFS, goes there, gets a disturbance near the Turks and Caicos with some more heavy rain, maybe be something brief. Then it gets a storm into like Hispaniola, goes near the Turks and Caicos and drifts out into the Atlantic. So this one was actually good. One of the few that isn't showing a major hurricane. So let's see. There's the icon, shows like by October 31st, some showers there, and you see the disturbance just north of Puerto Rico, magnitude watch 2, in a similar spot to what Oscar formed. So we'll take a look at that, and then there's the Neptune, has more general moisture there. It has a low pressure near the Bahamas in Florida, but not anything consolidated. So yeah, there's the Canadian model 2, shows more moisture there, especially some heavier downpours near Panama and Costa Rica, and it does get low pressure south of Hispaniola on November 3rd and might try to do something, but still nothing that crazy. So let's see. There's still some rainfall on the next 5 days, some flooding concerns in Central America, but let's just check it like 3 days for now. Just in the next 3 days, it shows in Costa Rica more than 140 millimeters of rain. Further south too, some more in Panama, some 40 millimeters, 36. So more in Honduras too, parts of Nicaragua, southeastern Nicaragua might have some heavy rain, maybe some flood concerns. And Guatemala, just on the next 3 days, shows more than 180 millimeters in Guatemala, southern Belize, northern Honduras. So be aware, some heavier downpours northern Honduras. Guatemala, according to this model, some very heavy downpours, but some other forecasts might have some different things. In Mexico, shows southern Mexico near Guatemala, some very heavy downpours as well. So be careful in those areas. And then as you go up to 5 days, in Costa Rica, it goes all the way up to 200 millimeters. Northeastern Costa Rica, southeastern Nicaragua, more than 170 millimeters. So please be aware there. All of eastern Nicaragua might get some heavier downpours in some areas. Northern Honduras shows more than 70 to 100 millimeters, but northern Honduras, so be careful, some heavier downpours. Also in the light colored areas, there might be some thunderstorms. Shows in Guatemala more than 173 millimeters, Belize, and yeah. But if you go to like 3 days, it shows 192 millimeters there. In 5 days, 184. So it actually shows it decreasing between 3 days and 5 days. That's kind of weird. I might be reading this wrong, but yeah, it shows almost 200 millimeters the next 5 days in a spot or two of Guatemala there. So be careful, some heavy rain Belize too, more than 100 millimeters, and southern Mexico there. So be careful in those areas. Precauciones con lluvia fuerte estos días en América Central, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Guatemala, and Mexico. Good, so be aware. And then the next 5 days also show some more storms near Hispaniola, especially the Dominican Republic, near eastern Cuba, close to 100 millimeters, northern Jamaica, north areas might have some thunderstorms, Cayman Islands, some passing storms and some showers, and the Eastern Caribbean just shows some passing showers, passing thunderstorms, but nothing that crazy. Some 20 millimeters, 13 millimeters, but be aware, because if a thunderstorm passes over you, it might be heavier. So shows more storms in Puerto Rico and the Yucatan too, like eastern Mexico there. So be aware. Other parts of eastern Mexico, some rain to southern Texas, very little. Some in the Bahamas, southeastern Florida, some showers. So yeah, be aware in those areas. There's the GFS. It has that big blob of moisture in the southwestern Caribbean, close to 185 millimeters in Costa Rica. In some areas, if you're in San Andres, shows more than 177 millimeters. Bighorn Island, some 200 millimeters. So stay safe in those islands there. Eastern Nicaragua, some heavy rain. Guatemala, Mexico there too. The GFS also shows that crazy system in the Turks and Caicos, more than 200 millimeters, but I'm not sure that will happen because the other models show it later down the road. Not yet, but the Icon does have some heavy rain between the Turks and Caicos and Hispaniola there in the ocean. And then it has like in Big Horn Island more than 273 millimeters, 76, so more than 190 millimeters, 171 in eastern Nicaragua. So be careful. It has a lot in Guatemala, Belize. So be careful with those heavy rains there. As you can see here, that moisture in the heavy rains, like the European, shows those passing thunderstorms, Central America, many areas, sometimes in Jamaica, Cayman Islands, Hispaniola. So be careful those areas. Shows the Eastern Caribbean, some like passing showers, a thunderstorm or two sometimes, especially in Puerto Rico and Hispaniola. So yeah, be aware, be aware in those areas, and we'll keep monitoring the signs here, but still nothing crazy showing. So yeah,